Whether you're targeting your first 10 lakhs, 50 lakh to 1 crore, the process is surprisingly the same. Your plan changes in scale, but not in structure. And here is that process. The first step is to choose your target. 10 lakhs, 50 lakhs, or 1 crore. This can actually depend on your personal present financial situation. So lock in on one target. Step 2 is bulletproof your finances. Before building something, we actually need to build the basement. And that basement is what bulletproofs, what we build over it for years together. What I mean here is protection first before we start projecting our finances. There are 3 steps in this, friends, and the first step is buy a health insurance outside of office. There is always risk when we work, we can lose our jobs. Getting a health insurance, private health insurance for ourselves and our family and our parents protects us in future years. Number 2 is build an emergency fund. You can build this over the next 1-2 years. Ideally, at least 6 months of living expenses should be in the emergency fund. Number 3 is protect your biggest asset. And what is that? Yourself and your property. And you should take term insurance to protect yourself and your spouse, and protect your property by taking a home insurance if you're not already done that. I've explained the same in the video here in detail. Once you've built this foundation, you provide your investments the much needed freedom they need to work for you. Step 3 is asset allocation. Asset allocation is going to be the single biggest decision you take in your financial life, my friends. For most common man, a 70%, 60-70% equity, 30-40% debt, and 5% at the max gold and silver would work absolutely fine. Sticking to this allocation will ensure you manage your risks and you're able to achieve your financial goals within a reasonable time frame. You can arrive at a personalized financial asset allocation by understanding your risk profile. I've explained the same in this particular video, and the link to that is in the description. Remember, this asset allocation comes first before choosing your financial products or instruments for investment. Step 4 is choose instruments for investing. This is where most of us actually complicate our financial life. We chase high returns, we chased past performing instruments. Instead, we should do exactly the opposite. Choose low cost instruments, choose goals and not returns. This keeps our stress levels low and help us maintain investing discipline. For equities, most long-term investors, all you need is a one broad market index fund. You can then add a flexi cap fund if you want an active exposure to your portfolio. So the most simple equity setup here is a Nifty 250 large cap index fund and a flexi cap fund. This is all you need to actually start your financial journey. Step 5 is the timelines. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and highly underestimate what they can achieve in 10-15 years of time. The first step in this is to understand and internalize 15 into 15 into 15 rule. What does it say? It says that if you're able to invest 15,000 rupees a month for 15 years, assuming a rate of return of 15%, you can actually make 1 crore. We have actually chosen low cost investments which has the potential to deliver such kind of returns over a long period of time. But please remember, friends, past returns is no guarantee for the future returns. Lower market returns, a lower SIP amount, or a shorter time period will naturally lead to lower portfolio value. And to work around these, there are 2 strategies I'm explaining later in the video. So please watch till the end so you can always change the SIP amount, time period according to your target. I've added a simple calculator in the link description for you to play around with and understand what combination works better for you. Step 6, a warning called inflation. Remember, friends, whatever the target, that does not have the same value as of today. What costs 1,000 rupees today will cost a lot more in the future. So 1 crore in 15 years later probably will have a value of around 42 lakhs, assuming an inflation of 6%. That means to achieve a purchasing power of 1 crore in today's terms, the future number will be much higher. But please don't get discouraged. Every goal and everyone starts the same way. Achieving the first 10 lakhs, then the 50 lakhs, and then finally the 1 crore. The challenges discussed so far have been addressed in the next 2 steps. So please watch till the end. Step 7 is the silent step-up accelerator. If your income grows every year, stepping up your SIP, meaning increasing your SIP by the same amount, is one of the smartest ways to treat things. 1, beat inflation. We saw the problem in the previous step. Number 2 is achieve goals faster. You reach there much faster because our calculation of 15 years assumed you're going to do the same 15,000 every month. Number 3 is reduce pressure of starting with a large SIP initially. You might not have 15,000 to invest right now today. Doesn't matter. Start with 5,000, start with 2,000, start with whatever you have. Step up as your increment happens every year. So the simplest way to beat the 3 issues we discussed so far is by stepping up your SIP by your annual increment. The final step, step 8, is upskill and earn more. One of the most effective ways to build wealth is to earn more. We can only reduce expenses so much, but there is no limit to what we can earn. People pay for our skills, so upskill yourself to earn more at your present job. Do a side job if you have a secondary skill. But remember, just earning more does not create wealth. What creates wealth is your discipline and sticking to this process. Please allow me to leave you with a thought here. Don't try to perfect the plan. Just start. Whatever your target. Start new, start afresh, start with what you have, doesn't matter. And let time and markets do the compounding for you.